What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Yelling and Propelling. Big shout out to the Orlando Magic, the Oklahoma City Thunder, and the Houston Rockets, who will be the first three teams making their selections in tonight's draft and choosing prospects who have potential to become franchise players in the not-so-distant future. As I alluded to at the tail end of last week's episode, this week's episode is going to be a bit different, something I have yet to do. It's going to be a live reaction to my live reaction to the NBA draft, all of the big headlines that go down. You'll hear exactly what I think of it on the spot, no time to think about it, so it's just initial reactions to the Knicks picks and all the other big things that go down. So obviously this is being recorded on Thursday night and will be up by Friday morning. First off, I want to get into a very brief but very important weekly recap. It's been just about a week, a little less than a week actually, since the last time that I talked to you guys, but a few important things have gone down. First of all, the Blazers acquired Jeremy Grant, and believe it or not, it did not cost them their 7th overall pick. The full trade was that the Pistons received the number 36th pick in this year's draft, along with a 2025 future first-round pick, and the Blazers received the 46th pick in tonight's draft and Jeremy Grant. So pretty good deal for the Blazers. I guess the Pistons just wanted to get value out of Jeremy Grant before he left in free agency, and they didn't get anything out of him. The Dallas Mavericks also made a big move and acquired Christian Wood from the Houston Rockets. Full trade details there include Christian Wood being sent to Dallas and the Mavericks sending the Rockets Trey Burke, Marquise Chris, Sterling Brown, the 26th overall pick in this year's draft, and everybody's favorite giant, Boban Marjanovic. Now, something huge that you have to be aware of, according to Shams, Kyrie Irving and the Nets are at an impasse in conversations about his future in Brooklyn, clearing way for the 7-time All-Star to consider the open market. So, obviously, breaking news, absolutely huge news here. And then immediately everybody's thoughts okay, so then what's Kevin Durant's? Kevin Durant hear this? What's he think about it? Shams also confirmed that Kevin Durant is monitoring Brooklyn Nets' situation and considering options with his future. So after all of this, it almost seems unlikely that the two will be back next season on the Nets or together on any team for that matter. So just insane stuff going around with everybody's least favorite team, or at least my least favorite team, the Brooklyn Nets. Now that's a topic I could talk about for at least 20 minutes, but I want to move along here, get it done, because the draft is about to get underway. One last thing I wanted to hit on. The San Antonio Spurs have made it clear that they are listening to offers centered around point guard DeJounte Murray. Should the Knicks be involved in that? I think absolutely we should be all over that. And there's been some buzz. Could a trade involving Murray go down tonight, whether it's to the Knicks, whether it's to the Bulls? I've heard a couple of different things. If he does get moved, I don't think it happens tonight, but it's still something to watch out for nevertheless. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Adam Silver's coming out a little bit earlier than I anticipated. I literally just finished up the weekly recap segment, so we're jumping right into this. So Woj just went on air and reported that they're expected to pick Paolo Banchero with the first pick, which is a big change because going into this, the past week, they were expected to go with Jabari Smith. So pick number one, we're already shaking up the boards.
With the first pick in the 2022 NBA Draft, the Orlando Magic select Paolo Banchero, Duke University.
There you have it, folks. I've been saying his name wrong this entire time, unless Adam Silver just mispronounced it. Paolo Banchero, not Banchero, not like churros like the dessert. First overall pick. Going into this, Jabari Smith, seriously, was the clear cut. None of the big three, I'd been talking about, none of that big three was a bad pick at number one. I guess the Magic just think that Paolo can come in from day one and just fit better with the program. I think it's a great pick. I think for me, it was between him and Jabari Smith, so I think it's a great pick. I don't think they're going to regret it by any means. The Thunder's pick is now in. They didn't even take more than 2 minutes to make their selection, so let's see who they go with.
With the second pick in the 2022 NBA Draft, the Oklahoma City Thunder select
Jabari Smith.
Chet Holmgren
Uh-oh.
from Gonzaga University.
So Jabari Smith falls down to number 3 after expecting to go number 1 overall for most of the week. The Thunder get Chet Holmgren. Shout out Andrew Daniels. I know he's got to be happy about that. Well, at least I'd assume so. I don't know how he feels about Mr. Slenderman, but yeah, Chet Holmgren. Like I'm making jokes about how skinny he is, but don't be deceived by his skinny stature. I know the guy. I don't know the guy. I've seen the guy play, and he's tough. He is going to give defenses a problem and is not going to get bullied around as much as people think. So I like that pick for the Thunder. I think they got a bunch of guys like that now. They got Pokuševski, they got Josh Giddey, they got a bunch of really tall, lanky guys that can create their own shot and all that. So Thunder got a bright future, and they also have 3 more picks in this draft. Now, I doubt the Houston Rockets were expecting Jabari Smith to be on the board at this time, but I'm sure they're prepared for it, and I can't imagine they're taking anyone else here.
With the 3rd pick in the 2022 draft, the Houston Rockets select
Now Jabari
Smith
There it
Jr.
is. They actually showed a brief clip of him getting the phone call, and he was already reacting like 2 minutes before they just made that announcement. So if you didn't already know, then there you go. So yeah, Jabari Smith goes to the Rockets. They got a nice group of young guys as well that can really hoop. In my humble opinion, I think Jabari Smith will be the best player in this draft. Obviously, way too early to tell. It's just speculation. But I think he's the most well-rounded coming out of Auburn and coming into the NBA now. He's an elite jump shooter, versatile defender. So he's got a lot going for him. And honestly, I think that he's going to end up as the best player in this draft. But we'll see. There's so much talent for sure. So now we move out of the top 3. And although it didn't go in the order most people were expecting, it was the 3 selected that everybody was expecting. So now we move to number 4. The Sacramento Kings. Will they make a trade? Will the Knicks trade up? Will the Pacers trade up? Will any team trade up? Or will Sacramento stay put and select Ivy themselves? Now hold up a second, ladies and gentlemen. Adrian Wojnarowski just announced that the Kings are looking at Iowa's Keegan Murray with this pick and not Jaden Ivey. So that's huge. And could the Knicks trade up to number 5 to then select Ivy there? We're about to find out. That's big. I haven't really heard anything about anybody going at number 4 aside from Ivy in a long time. So holy moly, it's about to go down.
With the 4th pick in the 2022 NBA draft, the Sacramento Kings select Keegan Murray from the University of Iowa.
Wow. Honestly, a pretty smart pick by the Kings. They're not overloading the guard position anymore. Keegan Murray's a great player. He's an all-around talent, and one of those guys he can come and contribute right away. It's a good pick, but Ivy's right there. I don't know, dude. What happens now? What are the Pistons going? Are the Pistons going with Ivy? Does he match up well? Is he going to be a good 1-2 punch with Cade Cunningham? Let's see what they do now. The Pistons are using the entirety of their 5 minutes for the selection, and then they just pan the camera over to Jaden Ivey, and he's sweating bullets. He doesn't want to go to Detroit.
With the 5th pick in the 2022 NBA draft, the Detroit Pistons select Jaden Ivey.
There he goes. So there's Detroit's backcourt for the future, Jaden Ivey and Cade Cunningham. Something to be really excited about if you're a Pistons fan. So the Knicks miss out on Ivy. It stinks, man, but it was really improbable with the asking price that not only the Sacramento Kings but also the Pistons were looking for teams to trade up to that pick. But I'm still really excited to see what we do with the 11th pick. I think at this point we're going to stay put, and I think we're going to go with somebody like Johnny Davis or maybe Benedict Mathurin, if he were to fall to the 11.
With the 6th pick in the 2022 NBA draft, the Indiana Pacers select Benedict Mathurin.
Aw, man.
Montreal.
That early for Mathurin, dude? Not even close to falling to the Knicks pick, man. Well, that means Dyson Daniels is going to fall a few more picks at least. But, yeah, I really like Mathurin. I think he's going to be great. So one of the best available prospects now is Shaedon Sharpe out of Kentucky, and Jay Bilas just called him the mystery man because teams haven't seen him play in 9 months, so his health is a question for sure, and I'm not really basing it off of anything but what I just said. I think he's going to fall, and he might be an option for the Knicks at 11. Might be a long shot. Colossal news break here from Jake Fisher. He just reported that the Knicks are still in pursuit of acquiring Jaden Ivey, even after Detroit selected the combo guard. We shall see. And I keep hitting you guys with the we shall see, we'll see bull crap, but whatever. I mean, I don't even know what we would do here. Does Adam Silver come out when we're on the clock and say, Pistons acquired this pick in exchange for whoever and whoever? Just a little bit more false hope for you guys and myself, a little bit.
With the 7th pick in the 2022 NBA Draft, the Portland Trailblazers select Shaedon Sharpe.
Okay, forget what I said.
Ontario and the University of Kentucky.
I'm getting all these wrong. Have I shouted out a pick that's been correct yet? I don't think so. So Shaedon Sharpe. So now Dyson Daniels is the one that falls, as if like the 8th pick has fallen. You know, he's getting selected in the lottery, no doubt. But Shaedon Sharpe, he's going to be an exciting player. So how's he going to work with Dame Lillard? And I guess he's going to be that new second fiddle to Dame, which is definitely not a bad spot to be in. Another really athletic guy as well. Let's see who the New Orleans Pelicans look to pair with Zion Williamson, who will hopefully be fully healthy by the start of next season.
With the 8th pick in the 2022 NBA Draft, the New Orleans Pelicans select Dyson Daniels from Bendigo, Australia. The NBA
Crap,
basketball
dude. Nobody I want to fall is falling right now. And guys, you might be like, well, why are you so upset? You told me Jalen Duren is your number one pick. Listen, there was new reports that came out 2 days ago that the Knicks are looking to re-sign Mitchell Robinson on a multi-year deal. And that's now that changes everything, because if you remember, I didn't want to go with a center or a big man at all if we did decide to keep Mitch, which I didn't think we were going to. Now it looks like we will. So now I wouldn't be happy if Jalen Duren fell and nobody else does. But that's what it's looking like is going to happen. So I'm pretty upset right now. Dyson Daniels is going to be so good, dude. San Antonio, pick number 9. We're 2 away from the Knicks pick. Who does Pop want on his squad for next season?
With the 9th pick in the 2022 NBA Draft, the San Antonio Spurs select Jeremy Sohan.
Jeremy Sohan. I'm not going to lie, this is a guy I don't know too much about, hence the Jeremy Sohan when Adam Silver just announced his name. I mean, I know he's pretty friggin' good, and he played for the Polish national team last year. Of course, the Spurs go with a guy that not many people were expecting to go in the top 10. I'm currently watching Spike Lee and Jaden Ivey have a conversation right now. I was just about to talk about something completely different, but that's what I just saw on my screen. I guess he's saying, man, we would have loved you in New York, so. But listen, now we're looking at pick number 10 to round out the top 10, Washington Wizards, with A.J. Griffin still on the clock. As a Knicks fan, I'm hoping that's not who they go with, so we can select him at 11. But honestly, I feel like this will be their pick. Do they really need big men? I mean, I guess. Maybe they go with Jalen Duren or Mark Williams to snatch a guy who can be their starting center for years to come. But honestly, I think they're going to go with Griffin here, and I'm going to be very upset when they do. So, yeah. Here we go.
With the 10th pick in the 2022 NBA Draft, the Washington Wizards select Johnny Davis.
Johnny Davis, okay. Well,
Wisconsin.
you could take him. Sorry, bro. I'm not going to lie, guys. I really like our options at number 11 here. Johnny Davis off the board, but A.J. Griffin's there, and that is absolutely my pick right here. There's no way we go with a center, right? Like, that's just a slap in the face to Mitchell Robinson, especially after saying, hey, we're going to work this out and we're going to get a long-term deal done, and letting the public know about it. I'm sure you remember how high I was and still very much am on Jalen Duren. I fully believe he will be a easily top 10 player in this draft class, but I wouldn't like that pick now after the news of Mitchell Robinson. Like, we're trying to work out that deal, so if we don't go A.J. Griffin, I'm going to be pretty upset. When the Knicks are on a clock, it's a completely different energy. Malika Andrews just went, Knicks fans, stand up. It's your time. Like, she didn't do that with any of the other fans. However, I do agree this is our time. Please go A.J. Griffin. I'm begging. No, listen, I'm going to support whoever we select, but if it's Griffin, I'm going to support him even more. So, yeah, let's make it the best shooter in this year's draft. Let's go with A.J. Griffin. I'm going to cut out some of this. I probably sound pathetic. It's our time, ladies and gentlemen. A.J. Griffin, please and thank you.
With the 11th pick in the 2022 NBA draft, the New York Knicks select Usman.
Okay! Usman who? Usman Dang? Dang. Usman Dang? A.J. Griffin available, with Jalen Duren available, with Johnny Davis. Oh wait, Johnny Davis wasn't available. Usman Dang. Well, I got some research to do. Oh boy. Oh, I'm not. Oh no, guys. Oh no, another French guy. Oh, dude. Of course he had to be French. I'm getting Frank flashbacks. Usman Dang, ladies and gentlemen, is now a Knick. I didn't say his name once on the show before tonight. I know very little about him. Let's see here. Hold up, guys. Hold up. Not all hope is lost. Apparently, the Knicks just traded Usman Dang to the Thunder, who have another pick right now. They're on the clock again at number 12. Or did we swap? Dude, guys, I'm so confused because I've been muting this TV like while I'm talking to you guys, like right now it's muted, and I must have missed something when they said the Knicks just traded whatever to the Thunder for whatever, but give me 2 seconds and I'll figure it out. Alright, so according to Woj, the Knicks are trading the 11th pick, which turned out to be Usman Dang, and the Thunder are sending the Knicks not the 12th pick, but they're sending multiple first-round picks to New York, which I presume some are in the future. But this 12th pick that the Thunder are about to make, which will be their third pick already, will not go to the Knicks. So, real big things going down for the Knicks.
With the 12th pick in the 2022 NBA draft, the Oklahoma City Thunder select Jalen Williams.
Okay. So, still no Griffin, still no Duren. The Thunder's third pick in this draft is Jalen Williams, guard out of Santa Clara. What happens now, ladies and gentlemen? Your guess is as good as mine, and actually it's probably better. Yo, guys, I'm betting that the Charlotte Hornets go with Jalen Duren here at 13, as they are in dire need of some big men.
With the 13th pick in the 2022 NBA draft, the Charlotte Hornets select Jalen Duren.
Knew it!
From the University of Memphis.
Oh, would you look at that? I finally got one right. So there you go. Jalen Duren, who I think is going to be phenomenal, is going to Charlotte to play alongside LaMelo Ball and company. All right, hold the phone, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what's going on still. Shams and Woj are reporting two completely different things. Shams just reported that the Hornets traded Jalen Duren to the Knicks, and Woj is reporting that the Pistons are acquiring Jalen Duren at number 13 in a trade. So still clueless as to what's going on right now. All right, I'm jumping back and forth between Shams and Woj right now, but Shams just reported 2 minutes ago that the Knicks are trading Kemba Walker to Detroit, and I don't know if that's part of this Jalen Duren trade that's going on. I don't know. I still don't know if we have Duren. I don't know if we're ending up with him or not. I have yet to figure that out. All right, slowly but surely I'm figuring this crap out. The Knicks acquired Jalen Duren, and then we moved him with Kemba Walker to the Pistons. I still don't know what we got back in return, but that's how Kemba Walker suddenly ended up a Detroit Piston. So there's that.
With the 16th pick in the 2022 NBA draft, the Atlanta Hawks select A.J. Griffin from Duke University.
Dude, I don't want to have to root against him. All right, well, there goes A.J. Griffin. Now he's an Atlanta Hawk. That sucks. I still have no idea what the hell the Knicks are doing. Alright, so I can't even remember what I last told you guys, but from what I'm figuring out here, it seems like the Knicks took the 11th pick and traded it as well as Kemba Walker, and we're getting a first rounder for next year in return. And so this is obviously the main point of this is to create some cap space and go after somebody like Jalen Brunson, somebody like even Kyrie Irving. So I don't like it. I don't like it. I think that's stupid. I don't like missing out on Griffin. We're going to sign Mitch to a huge contract, so I guess it makes sense that we missed out on the Jalen Duren sweepstakes, but I'm going to leave it at that for now. Let's see how the rest of this first round goes. But that's what that trade, it was like a 3-team trade. And the Pistons got Jalen Duren. And then they also got what's his name, Kemba Walker, and I don't know where the first rounder that we got came from. If it came from the Pistons as well, then that had to have been the Milwaukee first round, the 2025 Milwaukee first rounder, which would be even worse. But what I think it's a 2023 first rounder. I don't know from what team. Maybe Charlotte. That's my guess, is that it's a 2023 first rounder from Charlotte, and we gave up Kemba Walker and Jalen Duren. I mean, what are we doing? The plans to get Brunson? We're going all out? Like, I don't like that. I like Brunson. I wouldn't mind us signing him if we don't overpay him, but it seems like we're planning to overpay him, dude. I don't know. Like I said, I'm going to leave it here for now. I'm going to finally go use the bathroom, and then I'll talk to you guys very soon. Okay, so I walked away for a minute, came back, saw a couple picks go by. Minnesota traded with, Memphis, and they acquired the 19th in exchange for the 22nd and the 29th picks in the draft. Everybody a part of the Knicks' social media is blowing up for what's going down, and rightfully so. A couple minutes to think about it, I feel no better. Like, what I don't understand why we take the 11th pick, and we could use another lottery talent, but we just toss it away for a pick for next year. And I still don't know, by the way. I still don't know if what we're getting in return is a pick next year, 2025, 2029, for all I know, but dump Kemba's salary. I read something about Ryan Arcidiacono and Taj Gibson also were renouncing their rights, so they're going to be free agents. We're dumping more salary there, and we're looking to make a big move, and the only logical thing would be Jalen Brunson, maybe Kyrie Irving, but both of which I'm pretty upset. I don't want to do that, and I at the very least I don't want to go all in, which it clearly seems like we intend to do. So it sucks right now, man. I gotta see how the rest of the first round plays out. But just so you guys know, I'm highly upset with what has gone down so far tonight from a Knicks fan standpoint. So Commissioner Adam Silver just got up on stage, and before announcing the Denver Nuggets pick of Christian Brown, announced that a trade that we already knew went down, Ousmane Deng going to the Thunder, and there's still no details on these picks, by the way, but it said three first-round picks going to New York. So it's more than just the first-rounder we got in sending Kemba Walker and Jalen Duren to Detroit. Apparently we get 3 from Oklahoma City, which could be pretty good. I'd like to see whose picks those are. Well, they're ours now, but where those picks come from. I need to see these full details before I give any more of my input on this. The 28th pick was just announced. Defending champs went with Patrick Baldwin Jr. out of Milwaukee. So some more time has passed. Still not feeling good, in case anybody was wondering. Something notable I wanted to report, though, about the draft is that Ty Washington Jr., who I mentioned was expected to go in the lottery, if not, mid-first round. We're at the end of the first round. He's still on the board. Ty Washington Jr. out of Kentucky. Just pretty noteworthy that so many teams are passing on him. We are in the second round now. An update on Ty Washington. He got selected 29th, very end of the first round, by the Rockets. I don't know what that was. Some sound from my computer. Email getting sent to me or something. But yeah, Ty Washington goes to the Rockets. Obviously, Rockets having a great draft. We're just a couple picks away from the Knicks' 42nd pick. I'm curious to see what they do here. And it'll most likely be the only prospect that we leave this draft with. So,
with the 42nd pick in the 2022 NBA draft, the New York Knicks select Trevor Keels from Duke University.
Another Duke guy. That's got to be like the 6th or 7th Duke guy taken in this draft, and there's still plenty of picks to go. So, yeah, Trevor Keels. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I don't really even know who this is. I'm looking at some of the highlights now. He looks like a great defender. So they got Desmond Bane as Mr. Trevor Keels' NBA comparison, which you got to like. From what I can understand, he's a pretty solid defender, pretty tough defender. And if he can bring some three-point shooting to the team, that's always welcome. You can't have enough shooters. Trevor Keels, listen, I'm rooting for him. He's the only guy we're leaving this draft with, so yeah. And that looks like that'll be it for the Knicks on what's been a crazy night. That'll be it for me too. I gotta call it a night. It's been wild, been very stressful. Before I go, let me let you guys. I have the full details here on the trade that went down, and actually there was two, so not just one. All this talk like how many 5 first round? No, like there was 2 trades that went down, and I'm gonna go over them right now. The first deal was between the Knicks and the Thunder. The Knicks get 3 first-round picks via the Pistons, Nuggets, and Wizards. As we know, the Thunders have they've been stockpiling first-round picks, so that's why they have 3 other teams, first-rounders that they sent us. They're all top 14 protected. Not really that intriguing. That's what we got in exchange for Ousmane Dang. He goes to Oklahoma City. Now, the second deal is what confused everybody, including myself. The second deal was a 3-team trade between the Knicks, the Pistons, and the Hornets. The Knicks received the 2025 first-rounder that originally went to Detroit in the Jeremy Grant trade that went down just a couple nights ago, something I reported on about 30 minutes ago, protected top 4, but that belongs to the Knicks now. The Pistons received the 13th pick, Jalen Duren, as well as Kemba Walker, who's going to end up being bought out, by the way. And the Hornets received a plethora of second-rounders, as well as one of those 3 first-rounders that the Knicks received, previously mentioned in the first deal. So the Knicks end up with 3 total future first-round picks, 2 of them for next year's draft. Both of those ones are top 14 protected, and the 2025 Milwaukee Bucks pick is top 4 protected. In the process, we dumped Kemba Walker's salary, which wasn't that much. That's why a lot of Knicks fans were very confused. It's not like it was a $25 million salary. He was only going to be earning $8.5 million next year or something like that. We did not select a soul in the first round, but we did end up with Trevor Keels in the second round, and that's pretty much all she wrote, folks. As for my overall final thoughts about how the draft went, I'm definitely feeling better about it than I was initially, because it was so, and I just had that initial reaction because it was so different, and it's just so different from what we were expecting, and we didn't take a single person in the first round, and also when you don't know the full details of the trade, and all these picks are going by, it's pretty frustrating. I was sitting there dude, what are we doing? It's we just tossed away the 11th. What did we get? And I'm waiting for we got Jaden Ivey in return for the 11th, and we shipped off whoever and it's nothing was coming out for a while. There was no reports were coming out about what our full return was. I didn't even know that it was 2 separate trades that went down at first. I thought it was just one big one, and it was just this huge hodgepodge we were getting, but it was just an unknown return. So anyways, I'm feeling much better about it because we're stacking our assets, and we came into this draft with 1 first rounder, 1 second rounder, and we're leaving with a pretty nice second round talent. We got good value with Trevor Keels at 42. We didn't get anyone at 11, but we're leaving with 3 future first rounders that can be used as trade bait. And the 2025 one is going to be our pick for sure. You can basically guarantee that Milwaukee's not going to land a top 4 pick, so that pick will most likely be ours. But nevertheless, guys, I hope you enjoyed. This is something completely out of the norm for me. I've never really done a live reaction thing like this at all. So I hope you enjoyed. I enjoyed doing it. And it gave me, I'm talking to you guys, and it gave me someone to keep myself calm, because if I was by myself down here just looking at me and the TV screen, there might be a hole in my TV. No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't get that mad, but I don't know. I probably just would have been a little bit more outrageous with how I reacted to things. But yeah, you guys helped keep me in check. So thank you for listening, and thanks for helping keep me in check. Listen, let me know what you guys think of what the Knicks did, of what any team did for that matter. Leave it in the comments. Shoot me a DM, however you can. We're going to talk way more about this in next week's episode. Actually, I don't even know the topic for next week's episode, but of course I got to talk about all this going down. Summer League is like right around the corner. Maybe I'll discuss something like that. We got to see. For now, good night, everybody, or, as I like to end every episode with, have a superb rest of your day or night, and I hope to see you again soon. Go Knicks.